Pokemon Sun and Moon review. As you already know, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon are out. But I would like to share some of my complaints about Sun and Moon. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you like this video, and I am Dippy Fresh. Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon, I didn't like them very much. I felt like they weren't worth the other Pokemon games' amount of money because for the fact we know, especially due to Ultra Moon, that they really weren't complete games. Pretty much, Nintendo typically sells games that are above average. These probably don't even reach average. They costed the same amount as a normal Pokemon game, but you got less. There were less new things. Really, all that was new is it was a Pokemon game coming out when there was a lot of Pokemon players, especially because of Pokemon Go, Pokemon Go was a stupid game. These games, although I will give that the trials did a pretty good job of mimicking gym-like things, because you actually had to do stuff, because in the gyms I would always just go around all the trainers unless they were like the forced battle ones. Because like in the Wind Gym in Omega Ruby, I think I fought like 2 people. Speaking of that, Omega Ruby was an amazing game and definitely worth a buy. But these games were not worth a buy. Together I spent like 80-something bucks on these games. Ridiculous. I also had to earn all that money. And I felt like Moon was even less good than Sun. That may just be a personal opinion though, but that's pretty much what YouTube is, a bunch of personal opinions and educated personal opinions. Not always educated, but there's a lot of sites that are. Solaglio, I think, looked really cool and was a really cool legendary. A complaint was Cosmog, because, like, the GTS literally stinks to use. I hate using it. One of my least favorite things. I wish there was an easier way where we could just... you could just link trade with someone around the world instead of, having to meet them on your festival plaza and do all that crap. Instead of just, a normal wonder trade. One complaint of mine was the fossil park. You're reviving all these fossils and it's supposed to become like a fossil park. I was hoping at the end of at least Ultra Moon or Ultra Sun that the fossil park would have, been basically completed. But it's still just, a work in progress, which that was kind of disappointing. The Farium Z was pretty disappointing to get in this game. In Ultra Moon, I thought it was cooler because you got to go fight Mina or whatever her name is, the artist girl with the snubble. And I think that added a lot more story to her. In the other one, it was just like, oh, here you go, Farium Z. I'm like, that kind of stinks. Also, although I will say that not all the Z crystals are bad. The bug crystal's pretty cool. The normal crystal isn't that great, because there's like Z-Leer, Z-Tackle, like, that's okay. If I was to recommend one of these to get, I would recommend going on Amazon and getting an already played version of one of these, because, they're going to cost, like, maximum of $20. That's what it's worth. It's worth more like $20 instead of when it came out and it was worth $40. It wasn't worth $40. It wasn't a completed game, which is what I'm angry at Nintendo about. Also, Necrozma in these games was kind of useless. He was kind of just a garbage. In Ultra Moon and Ultra Sun, he becomes really good, but in this game, he's just okay. Also, the cutscenes are much better in Ultra Moon. Like, even the cutscenes that are direct copies from this game are better in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. I'll give it that they had, like, a year space between them, but still. The Alolan forms is another thing I kind of liked but disliked. I felt like Alolan forms took the place of other Pokemon which took away from the overall gameplay because people were like, oh, well, there's this Alolan form, but you didn't run into all that many new Pokemon. I wish that there were a lot more new Pokemon, and I feel like the Alolan forms took that away. Am I saying get rid of all the Alolan forms? No. Am I saying get rid of Alolan, Meowth, and Persian and maybe add some new guys? Yeah, because some of the Alolan forms were bad, like Persian and Meowth weren't that good. I loved Rata and Raticate. I was disappointed that there was no Alolan Cubone, but I am at least happy that there was an Alolan Marowak, and if I was to have to pick one of them, I'd still pick a Marowak over Cubone. Sandshrew and Vulpix are pretty cool, but considering that normally you can just evolve Sandslash through levels, I felt like it didn't quite make sense to make him evolve using an Ice Stone, but whatever. Vulpix, I did like that they introduced an Ice Stone, and I hope there's more people that can evolve through an Ice Stone. Don't mind that, that's just a garage. Shiny Stones, that was a hard thing in this game. They were kind of hard to find. I am glad, the Zygarde pieces. That's a thing I like that Ultramoon did. The Zygarde pieces were dumb, having to look everywhere for them, because Zygarde Complete Form's not that amazing. Zygarde Complete Form should have been put in, like, Black and White 2 or Omega Ruby. He doesn't belong in this game. It's out of his generation. So, yeah, that's my review on Pokemon Sun and Moon.